Yeah guys, I think I let myself go. I gained 10 kilos in the space of 3.5 weeks, and I've just been eating so much junk food, satisfying all my cravings after cutting for 3 months. Look at my physique right now. I've got a bloated gut, my face is puffy, I lost the shreds in my back. And this is in contrast to how I looked at the Fit Expo with Tyler. Like, what do you even call that? Bro, I kind of hit a wall at this point where I've tried every dessert, every carb, and every food that I've been craving out there, and I just need to lock back in now. I mean, it's not a good start to my 24 weeks to comp, but this makes for an interesting story. Anyways, here's some footage of me jumping a fence to go see Martin Garrix. So right now, Tyler and I are trying to jump the fence to get into Ultra Gold Coast, baby. So getting into a legal activity, let's do it. Jumped here. We made it! Wow. So easy. Say hi to the vlog, bro.
Hey, okay, such a soul time right here.
Last week, I've been trying to fight a losing battle against my cravings, but I've come to realize that it's just like my natural bodily processes. I've been putting myself in such starvation mode that my body's just like, you need to eat, and we're gonna convert all this energy into fat so that you don't go the next few weeks starving yourself and almost dying again, because eating it like 1,600 to 2,000 calories for 3 months is not ideal for the body. So I can't really blame myself for gorging on food because I've put in so much work and I've made so many changes, but mentally it has affected me. I look at my gut and I'm like, bro, 3 weeks ago I was this person, now I'm like this person. Oh well. But do you know what the coolest part of all this is? Is that I get to have a platform to share my entire experience with you guys. I mean, like the next 22 weeks, I'll be documenting my food, my exercise, cardio, and my mentality. So although I am struggling and I'm not where I want to be, I know where I'm headed, and I know that you guys will be there to support me. So that's nice to know. These past 3 months of dieting have taught me one thing though. A whole food diet is the best way that you can go. And what that basically means is if you have like a plate full of food, you should be able to see every single individual ingredient. So I don't think bread counts because it's obviously made from like wheat and grains. But training is 50% of my life. And the other 50% of my life is diet and sleeping and recovery. So it wouldn't make sense for me to invest more time into those two things. So I've kind of taken up cooking just because I want to make sure that I'm eating really, really good. This video, I'm going to teach you how to make chicken thigh fillets. So enjoy that one. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm going to make dinner now, and what's on the menu is Keto sun-dried creamy chicken thighs. So what I've got laid out over here is some sun-dried tomato oil, sun-dried tomatoes with a bit of garlic and Italian herbs, 1.5 cups of thickened cream, Parmesan cheese, half grated, half thin, and then we have our chicken breast. So the pan's been heating for a little bit now, so what I can do is I can add the oil in, let it heat up a little bit. What I've done to the chicken thigh fillets is I've added olive oil and then salt, pepper, Portuguese chicken spice, Italian herbs, and red pepper. I like to season my meat a lot because I just like how it incorporates the taste inside. I'm gonna dip the chicken breast into the cheese and I'm gonna coat it. Here comes the first breast. I'm gonna sear it until it all turns nice and brown, just like Tyler. But look at the color on that. Let's put the chicken over here. And we're gonna do this. Oh, that's awesome. We're gonna incorporate it. Get the garlic, get the Italian herbs, get the sun-dried tomatoes. We're gonna keep mixing it up so it doesn't stick to the pan until it's soft. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit and incorporate the thickened cream without spilling everything. Nice.
Good job.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's crazy. Fuck. We don't want the heat to be too high because you can burn the thickened cream. So we'll make sure that it's mixed well with the oil before we turn the heat up again and add the chicken. Yeah, that does look beautiful. Yeah, we'll start to crank up the heat to medium high again. Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. So easy as that, guys. I mean, I did it all in one pan. I just had the ingredients all prepared beforehand. Probably like, what, 15-20 minutes of cooking time? But that's keto. I mean, I'll have the macros right on the screen, but I hope everyone enjoys what I've cooked. It's pretty hard not to enjoy this. I mean, it's a staple food. But yeah, if you want to make this, recipe is down below as well. Whew, this is a good spot. I think I'll do most of my YouTube editing over here. When it comes to training though, I am just focusing on planche and Maltese for anyone that's asking. So no more front lever, no more pulling, but of course I'm going to incorporate some volume just to make sure that I am gaining muscle and not losing progress. When it comes to planche, lots of people ask me like, how do you progress? How do you get so good? Well, how I've helped my clients is just by doing lots of dynamic exercises. So one thing about doing dynamic planche exercises is that you recruit more muscle fibers and you're working through a full range of motion. It's either you get it or you don't. With a hold, it's subjective, right? Like you can do it with retraction, you can do it with protraction. If you're sinking down, is that really holding it? Not really. And then also you activate your type 2 muscle fibers, which are more better for strength, explosivity, and also makes up most of your muscle spindle, and so you'll get more muscle size, which is 30% of the strength equation. So here's a video that just outlines all the beginner planche progressions that I personally use and I give to my clients, and it goes from 0 to 100. So enjoy this one. Yo guys, I'm at the park and today I'll be training planche presses. It's the most beneficial exercise for learning the planche, but most people get scared of it because it's very difficult. So I'll be guiding you through level 1 to level 100 when it comes to planche pressing. Level 1 of planche pressing is just starting down on the floor and doing a scapular plank and pressing upwards into a dolphin press. I know this name sounds really weird, but it really activates your serratus anterior. And if you do it correctly, going up and going down, you can really start to feel the pain in that area, and that will help you build the foundation for the other pressing movements higher up the list. Level 10 has to be the classic planche lean press. We're going to start off in a planche lean, and then we're going to really use our serratus to guide our body upwards as if we're going into a handstand. Level 25 is a 90-degree handstand push-up, because essentially when you're pressing, right, you're going from this angle to this angle, but you can also do that in the bent arm position. So you can do this and press up like that.
Most people skip this progression, but I like to incorporate it every time I get the chance to do a little bit of conditioning. Level 50 is the tuck press. This is a gateway move into harder pressing variations. If you can't go from a tuck planche into a handstand, you can just start off doing a handstand into a tuck planche. This is actually a criminally underrated exercise. Not many people are able to do it unless they train specifically for it, but here we go. Level 55 is going to be banded presses. This is, once again, very adaptable to your level. I'm going to use a black band and I'm going to do the full planche progression. You want to do the concentric and negative part of this movement to get the most out of it, while keeping the traction and pelvic tilt the main focus. Level 80 is going to be momentum planche presses. Going to be very tough, so I'm using Via Valenti chalk so I don't slip. Let's get this. A really good thing about this exercise is that you can play it to your level. So I'm going to go for a planche press, and it doesn't matter how high my hips are, how ugly it looks. I'm just going to go into the handstand, chain it directly into the L-sit without doing the negative, and just do it for reps, creating that good volume. This exercise is the hardest when it comes to planche pressing. It is called a dead stop press. What you're going to do is you're going to hold the movement and count how many breaths that you do before doing a press. So this is level 100. If you're strong enough, give this one a shot. So guys, that's all the levels of planche pressing that I personally implement. It was a really tough session, really tested myself. Obviously, I'm not as strong as I used to be because I've put on a bit of size, but even if you're not strong, you can still adapt all these exercises to your specific level.
Well, we're heading towards the end of this week's episode. I know it's very sad, but I'll be back next week, don't worry. Hope you've learned a lot in this video. I mean, we've covered how to make chicken thigh fillet. We spent time at the park together and went through the levels of planche pressing. And you guys all know now that I am fat. So that's going to change because next week's episode, I'm going to do a weigh-in. I'm going to show you exactly how much water weight you can lose when you go on a protein and fat diet. So stick around and make sure you subscribe and share this video around to anyone that wants to see my journey as well. Very, very beautiful view.